bring in from the United Nations in New York the Jordanian Foreign Minister and Deputy Prime Minister Ayman Safadi. Thank you very much, Foreign Minister, for joining us here on the program. This entire year, we've heard from the Americans, from yourself, from leaders in the region, that this kind of escalation was something that they wanted to avoid. But I guess it was inevitable. We have seen a dramatic change of tactic here in the last week by Israel.
It could have been avoided. It was inevitable simply because the international community allowed Netanyahu to do whatever he wants, disregard calls to de-escalate, abort the exchange deal, defy UN resolution, move the aggression from Gaza into the West Bank, into Lebanon. So it was inevitable because the international community did not do what they should have done, which is stop Netanyahu before dragging the whole region into the abyss.
Are you concerned now by what we are seeing at this point in time? Because for the course of the last 11 months, since October 8, when Hezbollah started to fire those rockets into northern Israel, we have seen this dramatic escalation since the pager explosions, the walkie-talkies that exploded on Hezbollah fighters. We've seen 800 civilians killed in the south of the country, 250,000 people on the move. How worried are you now about where we are, not just for Lebanon and in Gaza and for Israel, but the wider region?
Everybody needs to be worried. This war could escalate into a regional war. You have Gaza, where the aggression continues, where people are starving. You have Lebanon now, where we've seen a major Israeli escalation. And we need to look at the West Bank, where Israel is also continuing with unilateral, illegal, unlawful acts that are pushing the West Bank towards explosion, to implement the agenda of the Ben-Gvirs of Smotrich of this world, to have a total regional confrontation. So the whole world needs to be worried because the repercussions will get to everybody. Simply said, Netanyahu has had an agenda. He wants to implement it. Nobody stopped him, so he went ahead with it. And unless he is stopped now, unless the Security Council does what it needs to do, unless countries stop sending him weapons, unless the Israeli people see the detriment, the damage, the danger that he's putting them into long term in terms of killing all faith in peace, Netanyahu is going to get it done. He's going to drag us into the abyss of regional war. And then the words like "we warned you, we said it will happen" will have no meaning then, because we will be in the middle of the abyss.
But do you feel the international community, including Arab leaders here in this region, have been asleep at the wheel and allowed for this situation to get where we are today?
I mean, we've been pushing, we've been trying, and I think whoever you talk to, I mean, look at the sentiment here at the UN. Everybody realizes that it's gone too far. Everybody believes something can be done. What we hear behind closed doors is that, yes, Netanyahu is responsible, but unfortunately that has not translated into meaningful action by the Security Council. The Security Council has the tools to stop all of that. It has Chapter 7. It has the authority to impose sanctions on Israel, to push this government, and also our partners all over need to step up the pressure on Israel, because he will not listen to them. You saw what happened with the Biden announcement yesterday on the possibility of a humanitarian truce. I don't think the president would have made the announcement had he not the agreement of the Israeli government. The first thing Netanyahu did when he landed in New York was saying, no, we will not do it. I'll continue doing what I want. Why? Because he simply can and nobody is stopping him.
Do you think that continues to humiliate the United States time and time again because they can't put enough pressure on him?
I mean, all I would say is that Netanyahu is throwing everybody under the bus, including his allies.
And, you know, for Jordan, we saw in April where Iran launched a series of missiles and we saw drones being launched at Israel. I mean, at the time, Jordan did stand with the rest of the coalition, the United States and the UK, in order to prevent those missiles from reaching Israel.
What we did was protect our own, because those missiles and drones were flying over Jordan. They could have fallen on Jordan, some of them dead. Luckily, There was no people hurt, but we were not going to allow for the violation of our space. We will not allow endangering our people, and we will not be a battleground in a tactical action and reaction between Israel and Iran. So we told both Israelis and the Iranians, we will not be your battleground. What Jordan was working on, continues to work on, is stop this danger to the whole region. We've been consistent in our policies. We want to end this aggression and create an irreversible path to a solution that will ensure the security for both Israelis and Palestinians, and end this war and end all the measures that are pushing the region further towards the abyss.
Foreign Minister, we're grateful for your time. Thank you very much for joining us there from New York.